right, our first question will be from Travis Hines of the Ames Tribune. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question, Travis.
Hey, Xavier, when you look at the entire night, and I guess maybe even defensively and special teams, do you feel like this is as good as you guys have played yet this season?
Yes, sir. I think it was. I think that was probably the best we played. And, actually, the great part is I think we can still play a lot better. So we still have a lot more room for growth. And I'm just really excited to see us really reach that full potential.
What's kind of your guys' mindset now as you look ahead to Friday with what'll be a huge game at Texas?
Just to lock back in really quick. Take care of everything that we have to take care of as far as, our bodies and the weight room, film. Sorry. And really just like that, just prepare how we did this week and just, hopefully come out and do the same thing on Friday.
Our next question will be from Matt Bellinson from the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Xavier. Going back to what you just said about how there's room to grow, I'm just curious, where does that mindset come from on this team? I think a lot of people, when they look at this game, like, oh, man, you guys won by 45 points, shut them out. And Coach Campbell and you guys are still talking about this team still has room for improvement. I'm just curious, how does that mindset come about? And, how are you guys trying to buy into that?
Yes, sir. So I think, it first starts off with Coach Campbell, always preaching that to us. And then also, our seniors and have really done a great job just relaying that message to us and just, telling us almost every single day that, we still have room to grow. We still have room to grow. And I think, you've kind of seen that now that, we've all bought into it. And, we're really just trying to, find our full potential. And I just think it's really been between Coach Campbell and our seniors. They've done a great job with just, not letting us get, I don't know, cocky, I guess you could say.
What was working with you and Brock tonight? You guys were continuing to find each other quite a bit, including that touchdown early in the first half.
Yes, sir. I think, I think Brock just kind of trusted me a little bit, throughout practice and throughout all the times that we've had. And I think that kind of showed today that, our trust was really big. And, he just trusted me to make plays. And, I didn't want to let down the quarterback, so I had to go make plays.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Our next question will be from Randy Peterson of the Des Moines Register. Go ahead, Randy.
Xavier, you guys are right now on a path dead directed towards the Big 12 championship game. How have you guys been able to do this during a season where there's so much outside going on? What's been the keys to keeping the focus on football and not the coronavirus or whatever else is out there?
Yes, sir. I think it just really starts with our team, first of all, bringing everybody together to believe the same message, bringing unity within all of us. And then also, what'd you say at the last part? You said,
yeah.
Let me just. No, I remember. My bad. I remember it. And also just really taking, each day and each game, day by day, just trying to focus on, what we can do, tomorrow, if it was tomorrow, what we can do today to just get better. And I think we've, like I said, I think we've all bought into that. And I think it's been starting to show, recently in our games.
What would you be doing, for example, tonight after the game if there was no coronavirus?
If there was no coronavirus, I'd probably still be with my mom, chopping it up with her, probably going to get some food, hopefully, maybe a big steak if she likes to wine and dine me a little bit. So that's about it, though. And I'll probably go to sleep, honestly. I'm pretty tired.
All right, thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I know. It's pretty late.
Our next question will be from Zane Douglas of the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead, Zane.
Hi, Xavier. I was just wondering, second quarter, you put up 28 points. What was working in the second quarter specifically?
I don't know. I think, the whole offense, starting with the offensive line and the quarterback, I think they just had great precision. I think they knew what was going on. And I think that showed in how they played. I think, and then also as far as the play calling, Coach Manning was calling great plays, trying to get players involved, and we just made plays when the opportunity was there. And I think that's what really happened in the second quarter.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Our next question will be from John Schaefer from WOI. Go ahead, John.
Xavier, Matt Campbell talked about your work ethic, and where does that come from? Is it parents? Is it naturally? And what kind of extra work do you put in with Brock during the week?
First, I think it's a combination. I think my parents did a really good job of telling me nothing comes easy, and if you want something, then you have to work hard for it. And I think from an early age, I just started to believe that. And then also, I just think that I've been forgetting questions. I'm sorry. Could you repeat the second part? Oh,
Yeah, and then what kind of extra work do you put in with Brock during the week?
It could go as far as from just watching film with him, on the field, just trying to get as many reps as we can together. Just trying to, if I drop a ball or something in practice, Brock doesn't let me just go off the field. He throws me another one again. So I just think that's really what's been, helping us and really the whole team.
All right, Xavier, that's all the questions we have.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Our first question will be from John Schaefer from WOI. Go ahead, John.
Brees, how'd you stay in bounds on that first touchdown run?
Really, it was just me running hard. Coach Campbell, he always tells me just do the little things right, and your natural ability will take over. So really, I just stayed the course on my path on that run, and then broke out, and then whatever happened after that.
And then how have you seen your offensive line grow and progress through the season?
We've started out. We've had a couple injuries and everything like that, and I think what helps us, our whole team, is that each position group and everybody on the team, we really all just hold each other accountable and don't really let anybody slack off. Whether you're a 1, 2, 3, or whatever it is, well, we hold everybody accountable, and we expect excellence from everybody. So I think that's what it really is.
Our next question will be from Zane Douglas of the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question, Zane.
Hi, Brees. How important, I guess, to the offensive performance was getting in good position and getting help from the defensive side of things?
Getting help from the defense. I feel like our defense comes out and plays well every weekend. When our offense and our defense are on the same page and playing well at the same time, things like this will happen each night in and night out. So that was a big help. And our offense came out, with some juice and, not having any fans, we really just had to bring our own juice and energy. And I felt like we came out with that, and we came out just real successful.
Do you think you can play with maybe, I wouldn't say less pressure, but it's a little easier to play when it's like the defense is shutting them out and your offense is kind of rolling?
I take the same approach every week. I try to be the best player on the field. So, I don't think that really plays into it, but it's definitely a big help when the offense and defense are on the same page.
Okay, thank you.
Our next question will be from Ben Victor from Cedar Rapids Gazette. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Brees, you're with Jarrell Brock every day in the running back room.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him in recent weeks that's kind of allowed him to get a little bit more playing time? And obviously, Brock finds him 3 times on third down tonight.
Just me and Jarrell are always together, And in our running back room, like I said, we hold each other accountable, and we don't let anybody slack off. So just seeing how Jarrell's grown, and he helps me, and Kane, he's like our big brother. He helps all of us out. And for Jarrell to see him getting in there, getting some reps, getting some catches and carries and everything like that, it was real big. And I feel like he's just grown as a person and a football player. He's gotten real good at just playing in our offense and just knowing where the open spots are and when to get open. So I think he's grown in that way.
Thank you.
Our next question will be from Mark Freund of WHO. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Brees, I want to go back to that touchdown run. When your left foot comes down along the sideline there, were you aware of how close you were to the sideline at that point?
Yeah, I knew I was pretty close, but I didn't feel like I stepped out of bounds, so I just kept running.
Our next question will be from John Schaefer of WI. Go ahead, John.
Reese, how do you keep the offense rolling against Texas next week?
We just got to start our recovery process early, get in the film room, and just really come with the same approach. We play a day earlier next week, and I feel like we didn't get beat up too much tonight. We kind of got out early, so I feel like starting tonight, we really just got to start that recovery process and just make sure we're doing what we need to do in order to be ready to play next Friday.
Our next question will be from Randy Peterson of the Des Moines Register. Go ahead, Randy.
Brees, I don't know how much you get to watch the defense when you're obviously on the sidelines, but if you do, what are your thoughts about Mike Rose?
Well, not a lot of people know, but Mike and Brock are my roommates, so I see him every day. But just watching Mike, he's really doing everything. He's covering, he's coming down, making tackles, blitzing, and getting sacks, and just see how he's playing. It's crazy, just from how big he is playing at a Sam linebacker spot where most athletic bodies are, and just seeing how he plays. He just brings a different dynamic to our team, and he really just brings the juice.
What's he like? Off the field. I didn't know you guys were roommates. What's he like?
He's just real chilled and laid back, and I feel like outside of football, all of us are really just chill and laid back. We don't do too much, so whenever we're at home, we're really just chilling out in the living room or in our rooms, and he's funny, he's goofy, he plays around just like everybody else, and me and him always talk crap to each other. I always tell him that out of 10 times he'd only tackle me twice, and he always says out of 10 times he'll tackle me 8 times. So we're just real competitive with each other.
All right, thanks.
All right, Brees, that's all the questions we have. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Our first question will be from Ben Visser from the Cedar Rapids Gazette. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you, Ben. Hey, Sean. How have you kind of seen the offensive line grow throughout the year? Obviously you got a few injuries early in the year, but it seems like, Brees Hall keeps getting 100-yard games after 100-yard games.
Yeah, throughout the year, our offensive line has been really good in practice and games and all that stuff, as you guys can see with like Brees's outcome and how well he's doing. Some of the main things that we've really worked on this offseason is really keeping a tight-knit unit and really focusing on making sure that we protect Brock and make holes open for Brees, because you guys know exactly how well they are when they're on, because you see Brees running for over 100 yards for I don't know how many games. I think it's like 7, 8, 9, I don't know now. But he's one of the only running backs in the 1,000-yard club right now. So that's huge for our offensive line. And we take a lot of pride with making sure that he's always up and running, scoring touchdowns, because we may not get all the credit all the time that he gets, but we know for damn sure when he hit that 1,000 mark, that was probably the biggest achievement that our offensive line could ever get.
For sure. And then what's it like from your perspective when the offense is rolling like it is tonight? Brees Hall, that run that came off your side, and then for the touchdown, and Brock Purdy's throw to Xavier Hutchinson. What's your perspective on plays like those?
Well, they're obviously huge plays. Coach Manning always talks about how we're a play away from making a big play always. And with having those two players out there on the field, obviously you guys know how well they are. And as an offense lineman, we don't like taking a lot of I don't know the word, but don't take a lot of gratitude for all that kind of stuff, because I feel like if we do our job every single play, games like this will happen more often, I guess.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Our next question will be from Matt Bellinson of the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Sean. In talking with Coach Campbell and Brees and Xavier, the theme that we've been getting tonight is that, you guys, it was a 45-point shutout of Kansas State, and yet it seems like you guys are still wanting more. You guys think there's a lot to improve. Just how can you buy into that mindset? I think a lot of people, when they look at this game from the outside, they're like, oh, a 45-point shutout of a conference opponent that was right behind you guys in the standings, there's not too much to improve there. Where does that mindset come from of continuing to want more, especially after a win like this?
Yeah, so that mindset has been with us ever since I've been here my freshman year. It was like, we got to work harder than everyone, no matter what, no matter how well we're doing, no matter how bad we're doing, because we know at the end of the day, if we're working hard, that just gives us an opportunity. And having like the opportunity tonight to have a 45-0 win, like yes, that's a huge win for us. We're going to celebrate how it is, but tomorrow we know that we got a big opponent in Texas next week. So we just got to take this with a grain of salt, go back to work. And like some of the offense line was talking about after the game, we were ready to go 2-3 more quarters and just keep playing. I mean, it really helps that we have a bunch of guys on this offense and defense that love the game. And it's the first time that I've been here that I've actually seen the love of the game actually go all the way through November and going through December and all that kind of stuff. Like, everyone loves football and everyone loves each other more than I've ever been a part of, and I think that just gives us a chance.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Sean, that's all the questions that we have for you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Game for you as a defense.
That's a tough question. I haven't watched all of the film, but definitely was a really good game for us. I think it just all goes back to how we prepared this week. We prepared really hard. I feel like we had our best week of practice all season, and with that being in November, I think that's huge. It just translates to Saturday. So it was a lot of fun, but there's still work to be done.
And then how do you turn around in a short week and get ready for Texas?
Yeah, I think just the main thing right now is just our focus is recovery. Just recovering as fast as we can, eating, sleeping, hydrating, doing all that stuff so we can attack this week the best we can.
Our next question will be from Matt Valentin of the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey, Greg. In talking with Sean just a couple of minutes ago, he mentioned that this is one of the first teams that he's really been a part of that has really had the same buy-in and the same mindset going into November than previous teams in years past. You've obviously been a part of a lot of teams that have been in close to similar situations earlier in the year in terms of controlling your own destiny and then seeming to stumble as the season continues. Just where do you think you guys are at right now? The season's got 2 games left. Just where's this team's mindset right now, and how do you view this team's outlook heading into the end of the season?
Yeah, it's something that Haycock has said before, and he always just says, one step, one breath. I think that's just how we take it, just one day at a time. I think with the past couple years, we've kind of been in a spot where we wanted to be heading into November, and then it didn't end the way that we wanted it to. And so, it's just having the ability to kind of reflect and figure out what we could do differently. It's insanity if you keep doing the same thing and getting the same results. You just keep doing the same stuff over and over again. So, just trying to change that and trying to really work from the inside out. And but I think we're all, we're all one brain right now, moving together. And so, I'm just really excited for what's to come.
Is that why the demand to get better on this team is so prevalent? Just because you guys are in a position that you've put yourselves in a position where you have a shot to go to the Big 12 championship, and you have already established yourselves against most of this conference. Is that why the buy-in and the demand to get better is so important on this team right now?
Honestly, I don't think so. I feel like that demand would be there even if we didn't have a win in the win column. And that's just because we always talk about just reaching our full potential. I feel like it's pointless if you're going to do something and not do it to the best of your ability. And so at the end of the day, whatever the scoreboard says is what it says. But the question that we're asking ourselves is, did we reach our full potential? And so I think that's the buy-in.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Our next question is from Zane Douglas of the Iowa State Daily. Go ahead, Zane.
Hi, Greg. I asked Coach this earlier. How important was that goal line stand on the first defensive possession to kind of give your guys momentum going forward?
Yeah, you said it. I think that's just huge for momentum. It's a big confidence booster. It's big, offense going and scoring, and then we get the stand, and then offense moves the ball back down the field. I think that's huge. I think it set the tone for the game, and it's just something to play off of for the rest of the game.
And then some games you kind of have some big plays, but not as much consistency, and sometimes it's very consistent, but you don't have the big plays. This game you had kind of both. When you're playing like that, when the defensive unit is playing like that, do you feel like you can kind of keep up with any offense in college football?
I think for us it's just, and I think we don't really think about any other teams or any of that. It's kind of what I said earlier. We just focus on ourselves, and either we are or we aren't reaching our full potential. And that's that. The preparation and everything that we do prior to the game Saturday, I think that's what's important for us, and that's what is important to us. And we let the outcome be the outcome Saturday based off of how we prepared and how we executed the days before Saturday. And that's just really our mindset. So even with a night like tonight, we're still gonna go back, watch the film, make our corrections, figure out where we can get better, and just take one day at a time.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Randy Peterson of the Des Moines Register. Go ahead, Randy.
What are your thoughts on Mike Rose's game today?
I mean, that dude is an animal. Like he plays like it, he prepares like it, and he's just all over the place. He's doing his job and then a little bit more, and that's at this level that's huge. So he's playing like an animal, and yeah, I think he'll just continue to be that way, honestly.
Is he getting as much national notoriety as he maybe deserves?
I don't think so, but it doesn't matter. He'll get what he deserves at the end, and that's what I believe. So it really doesn't matter if he gets all the hoorah and all that. He's an animal. You can turn on the film and watch it and see it yourself. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
Our next question is from John Schaefer of WI. Go ahead, John.
Greg, how happy are you that Brees Hall is on your team and you're not having to try and stop him?
Wait, could you say that one more time?
Yeah, how happy are you that Brees Hall is on your team and you don't have to be tasked with trying to stop him?
Oh no, yeah. I mean it's big time. You can't say enough about Brees Hall and his production, and I even think just our old line is playing, and they're having a hell of a season, honestly. And I think our offense just works collectively, and so I think that's huge. Yeah.